white coat ceremony. So welcome back, and for those who did not make it, welcome to UVA and the School of Medicine here. My name is Barry Collins. I am the Executive Director for the Medical Alumni Association, and we have a wonderful program for you today, and I hope that you enjoy it. We've got a lot of great things planned out for you. We're going to start off with Dr. Rasheed Balogun here in just a minute, and he's going to talk a little bit about our college system here within the School of Medicine, and explain a little bit about that, and then talk about the Reed College and how it got its namesake. Dr. Meg Healy, who is also one of the deans of our colleges of Dunlison College, she's going to talk a little bit about the curriculum today. And as you can see, and some folks made some comments to me on the way in, they said, well, where's the back of the classroom so I can hide in case we get called on? I said, well, it's a little bit different setup here today. You really can't hide because you're kind of in the middle of just about with everybody. And as you can see, this is a little bit different setting than your typical classroom. We call this our learning studio. And instead of having somebody at the front of the room, they have a professor that's in the middle of the room. So people like me are a little bit challenged because I want to make sure that I don't have my back to you at all times, so I've got to be able to walk around a little bit. But Meg's going to talk about the curriculum and some of the unique aspects of it. This classroom is really the heart of the Claude Medical Education Building. As I said, we call it our learning studio, and it's a technology-enabled active learning room where we do a lot of group interactions. So you can see that the tables are in, we have round tables set up of 9 seats at each table. And the students, for the most part, are working in small learning groups throughout the morning. We are going to have a brief breakfast break for y'all. And we're going to be right outside in the lobby here. Just a couple of housekeeping things. There is a restroom down on the right, water fountains down there as well. But about 10 o'clock, we're going to have the breakfast for you. One of the exciting things that we're going to have, Dr. Mary Kate Orton is going to conduct one of our team-based learning exercises. And so you'll actually be able to see how the students are learning at their time here at UVA, especially during the first and second year. After our breakfast break, we're going to head upstairs to our auditorium, and then Dr. Densmore, who is another one of our deans for the colleges, and he's also our dean of admissions. He's going to talk a little bit about some of the statistics for the incoming class for this year. Thankfully, everybody in this room is on the good side of the admissions process right now. And then Dr. Chris Peterson, she is the dean of King College. She's going to talk a little bit about the services of the Student Affairs Office. And then she's going to turn it over to Dr. Nancy Dunlap, who is the dean of the School of Medicine. She's going to talk a little bit about the cutting edge things that are going on at the medical school and why it's a great time for your children to be here. We have a very special guest also this morning, Dr. Vivian Pinn, who is named after Penn College, and she's going to talk a little bit about some of her experiences, and she'll be here later on this morning. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Rasheed Balogun.
Good morning and welcome, and I'm sure you all know that Penn College was named after Dr. Penn. Good morning, welcome to Charlottesville. My name is Rasheed Balogun. I play one of the 4 deans, and I'm a nephrologist, a kidney doctor during the daytime. I will go through a few slides. This is a picture, or these are pictures that were taken on our white coat ceremony day. Many of the faces in the audience were here on that day. And these are our 4 colleges. I'm going to tell you more about the colleges over the next few slides. We have 4 colleges named after 4 very prominent individuals that have had one thing or the other to do with our School of Medicine over the years. Dr. Vivian Pinn, who I think you will meet today, Dr. Douglason, Dr. Reed, and Dr. Hunter, who unfortunately all we can do is tell you about them since they are no longer alive. This is a picture of all 4 of us. As you can see, we work very hard and we play very hard as well. The colors of our sunglasses and the lanyards are not by accident, and I will tell you more about that. I want to tell you about Dr. Walter Reed first. Dr. Walter Reed was a medical student here a long time ago. In 1869, at age 18, he was one of the youngest medical students to ever matriculate in our medical school. Will probably remain that way because the rules are now more stringent than they were in 1869. So he was a medical student. He went to medical school here, graduated from here, and then joined the Army Medical Corps in 1875. And during his military career, he served as a physician. He was a researcher. He was a medical school professor and curator of what later became the National Museum of Health and Medicine. Many people who know of him with his work with yellow fever. So he was a military physician, and he actually was the leader of a group that found for the first time that the cause of yellow fever, a very devastating disease that was killing people across the world at that time, he was the head of the team. It wasn't just him, but he was the head of the team that was able to put together all of the information that they had to try and narrow down how the disease was spread from one individual to the other. And they found out that it was the mosquito that bites someone with the disease, then the mosquito goes bite somebody else and transfers the disease that way. So not only did they find something new and innovative, that created a new specialty in medicine that we call epidemiology today. So many times when a new disease or a new problem starts, we are in the dark, and it is with a systematic use of medical research that we frequently find out what it is that's causing the disease. The same thing happened with HIV/AIDS in the late 1980s and early 90s. So he was a very prominent, or he is and was a very prominent medical graduate that graduated from here. Many of us probably know that there have been many high schools, many medical institutions named after him. The Walter Reed Army Medical Center, which is where most of our military people who are injured abroad, that are brought back home, get their treatment at that facility near Washington, D.C. That place is named after him as well. So our college, Walter Reed College, one of our 4 colleges, is named after Dr. Walter Reed. Our 4 colleges are in a learning community. So each college, one of them forms one of the 4 learning communities in our medical school. So our learning community, there are 4 of them. Each of the 4 has what we call a CPD group, 6 or 7 CPD group. And each CPD group has 6 students with their 2 mentors, and each one of those forms what we call a learning community. The goal of dividing our entire medical school into smaller colleges is to give our students broader support and